Vanna! Holy shit, that was quick, Vanna. I didn't even have time to finish sitting down. I didn't even have time to finish adjusting my chair before you popped in. You were just counting down the seconds, weren't you? Just hitting refresh just constant refresh, right? Hey, Scriptgoat. I had another very... What's that shirt? Hey, Layla. This is my Jubilee shirt. Jubilee of the X-Men. It's a very cool t-shirt. Anyone who's an X-Men fan would agree that it's a very cool t-shirt. Looks like DC Media Hack. But it's not. It's Jubilee of the X-Men. Hey, Private Dancer. Like I said, anyone who's a fan of the X-Men would agree that it's a very cool t-shirt. Yeah, Anunnaki. Wolverine t-shirt? Nah, fuck Wolverine. I mean, I could always get a t-shirt of Laura as Wolverine, but guy Wolverine sucks. Girl Wolverine is actually pretty awesome. Or there's Jonathan, the actual Wolverine. He's great, actually. I do like Jonathan, the actual Wolverine. Oh, and hi, Rara. Sorry, missed that. Hi, Rara. Death of my family. Oh, that's rough, Private Dancer. My condolences. I don't know. It kind of feels like a lot of people have been losing family members lately. Everyone's dying? Yep. Seems so. It does definitely seem that way. And that's fair, Private Dancer. It's okay to take time off for grieving. Anyway, and eyebrows look nice. Thank you, Vanna. I do basically no maintenance on them. Once in a while, I notice that like an eyebrow starts looking, like a brow hair starts looking pretty long, and I pluck it. Just like grab my fingers and bloop. Just at an angle, private dancer. I've got it pulled back behind me. I haven't gotten my hair cut in like 2 years. I'm pretty sure it's been at least 2 years since I cut my hair. I desperately need to cut it. Do I have a unibrow? No, there's not really much hair there. There's not really much hair in between the above the bridge of my nose. Consider pulling it back then. Yeah, it's I usually do pull it back just to get it out of my face. Yeah, like I said, I do desperately need to get it cut one of these days. Just lazy. I'm lazy. And I don't really have much to talk about. I had another super long interaction with a customer today. About a fucking hour and a half long with one fucking person. 2 days in a row that's happened. Going to put mint in my eyes. Don't put salt in your eyes. Cause your customer rage. Yeah. Having to deal with customers. Hate customers. I know. I mean, you could be a dominatrix private dancer. At that point, treating your customers like scum is just, it's what they're paying for. Have I ever had a safe word? Nope. Never needed one. I've never needed any sort of safe word. I'm always safe. By which I mean boring. I'm vanilla. Vanilla means vagina. Okay. Actually, here are my safe words. My safe words. Ow. Stop. Wait. No. Don't. Ow again, because that's a very important one. Ow is a very important safe word, I feel like. New one, yeah. If you're having sex and the word ow comes up during sex, then that's a good that indicates that you should probably uh ease up a bit. Yeah. I'm just saying. Anywho, anything on Twitter that I can use to Nope. Batman is trending. Yep, nothing interesting on Twitter. Ever just kind of whimper instead of saying ow though? I try not to do it that way. That I don't think I've done that. Howl at the moon when it's really good. I've never done that, but I'm not much of a howler. I'm not terribly vocal in bed. I tend to be pretty quiet. Yeah. I'm just focused on doing my job. I've got a job to do, damn it. Piers Morgan walked off the show. Somebody call him out for something again? He does tend to get pissy when people call him out for bullshit. Nope, still haven't closed my closet door. So yeah, what happened? Why do you almost done with class one? Yeah, I think this Thursday will be the end of it. I think we've got two endings left. So yeah, we'll be finishing it up this Thursday. Then we'll start on Harmony, The Fall of Reverie, which I will play on my new laptop. Because that one seems like a game that would benefit from hello, always drunk. I'm not showing your comment. Anyway, yeah. So Harmony seems like a game that would benefit from good visual quality. So I thought you bought a shirt. Yep. I bought the no shirt. I don't know. It just seems it's a nice way of commemorating it. And it'll be fun, don't anything. I mean, the main thing I know about it is that it's don't nod, and that there's different different worlds. And that it has like the tamest content warnings possible. Violence, fight against corporations, is mentioned but never depicted. That's the mature content description. Like, come on. That's the most that's how mature it is. Come on. It's not even mature. Yeah. So, like I said, it will be the first game that I live stream on my computer or on my new laptop. New-ish laptop. I've had it for like a year. Would I ever sleep in an igloo? I think I probably prefer not to. No, it doesn't. Because it would mean sleeping outside, basically. It would mean sleeping outside of my house. I'd rather sleep in my house. Like, the way igloos are designed, they're sort of designed to they actually are designed to hold in heat surprisingly well. But just the same, winter comes around, I want to stay in the house. Hey, cat. I should check if anyone has sent me any more emails. Nope. Nothing since Jenna's cat photos a few days ago. Igloos are cool, and if I could stand it, I'd stay once. That Chantal convinced me to go with her. By asking. It's pretty much what it comes down to. She asked, and I went along with things. She'd be like, "Hey, let's do this," and I'd be like, "All right." Because I was a pushover. My job hiring S. James got unemployed. So someone said, "Hey, let's stay in the Nick lead. Consider it." No. If she suggested it, I'd consider it. Did you ever say no to any place? I mean, probably. I imagine that there were things that's like, no, I don't want to do that. But imagine there were probably honestly, there are probably a lot of things where it's like, no, I don't want to do that. There's like, I actively don't want to I actively don't want to do this. So, yeah. Solid as I can take from my friends. Good, good. I cannot take that much, but I try. Yeah. Hey, hose. What did we do before moving together? Um, Let me think. So we'd known each other for a couple years. What's my shirt? My shirt is Jubilee of the X-Men. Yeah, I think we'd known each other for maybe 2 years before we moved in together. We weren't really a couple at that point. we were living together for maybe a year before we actually sort of became a couple. Roommates first. Yeah, so like we became like we met in high school. We became friends in high school first. No dinner tonight, Dana. So we became friends in high school, and then we became roommates, and then we were roommates. You get that fine reference? I hoped somebody would. Did it take some time to get used to it? Get used to what, living together or dating or what? I would say not really. Or having a friend. Take time getting used to having a friend. Yeah, yeah. Having a friend was something that took getting used to. I mean, the legendary Cornwall Arms. Brookdale Arms. It was the Brookdale Arms. And yeah, that was where we first moved into. Hey, Donut Predator. So we moved into Brookdale Arms, and then we were there for 2 years, 3 years, and then we moved into Laughlin, the Laughlin Apartments. And yeah, living with her, I mean, she still gave me she gave me the privacy. I mean, before I lived with her, I was living with my mom, so I had my brother. So yeah, I was like living with my mom. I lived with my mom and my brother. So I was like, I was used to living with other people. I've never actually lived completely on my own. Weird series of events. Yeah, don't think it's that weird. Did we go romantically when we thought of moving into? No, no, I was sort of set on us being friends. Living with friends is a ton of fun when you're younger. Yep. Only roommate I ever had was always nagging me about eating all her food and never having any money. Yeah, certainly. Well, I feel like it's not really uncommon for people to become friends and then roommates and then date. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the porn I watch starts with them as roommates. You know? Hey, Acronive, the YouTube of it. Yeah, that part gets a bit weird. Hey, Becky. Hey, Pebs. Hey, apparently so. Playing any new games soon? Yes. So this week I will be finishing Class of '09. Tragically, be finishing Class of '09. So next Thursday, Harmony, The Fall of Reverie from Don't Nod. So next week I start a new game. And it actually is actually Class of '09, the re-up was only came out last year as well. Yeah, it came out the game I'll be playing just came out last year, so it is a relatively new game. Why is David Duke trending? Nazi guy, yes. It's the KKK guy. I guess David Duke came out as anti-Israel because, of course, he did. He's an anti-Semitic asshole. Um, so Ted Cruz is trying to play like guilt by association, like, yeah, this is what the pro-Palestine, this is what the protesters are siding with. Is it Palestine? He's anti-Israel. It's not that he's pro-Palestine. It's that he's anti. It's that he's anti-Semitic. That's what it comes down to. He's not pro-Israel, pro-Palestine. He's anti-Semitic. Go for dinner with Trump or Celine Dion. I mean, I guess Dion, but Ted Cruz trying to play guilt by association, saying like, "Oh, this is what pointing at the president, like, oh, this is who you're siding with. This is who's on your side." David Duke's a big supporter of Donald Trump. And as I recall, Trump wasn't even willing. Like it took. like when David Duke first came out in support of Donald Trump, or like at one point during the 2016 election, Donald Trump was asked about the fact that David Duke supported him, and Donald Trump kind of played stupid, like, "Oh, I don't know him. Yeah, I don't know who that is." Then Trump won, I think. It took several days of questioning before Donald Trump would even acknowledge that he knew who David Duke was. Like before Trump would say anything about David Duke. And even then, I don't think like I think it was just like the most milk toast. Well, I don't agree with everything he says. Kind of. Yeah, it took several days for him to actually denounce Duke. So it was one of those things where I think what it really took was like people close to him being like, "No, there's no." Like I think what it took, what it came down to, was people close to him saying there's literally no benefit to having David Duke support you. He brings absolutely nothing to the table. I think a lot of Americans will be moving to Canada. Probably not. I'm going to come for the next 4 years. Yeah, people shouldn't pay any attention to what David Duke has to say. I mean, they probably shouldn't know. I mean, he's a white supremacist, so. Not a single politician out there who tells the truth. It's just a matter of who tells the prettiest lies. What I would say, Donut Predator, is that most politicians mostly tell the truth most of the time. There are some who are just straight up liars. Lucky to be Canadian. Ontario, though, Kat. We got Doug fucking Ford up here in Ontario. But yeah, most politicians, they tell a few lies here and there, but for the most part, most of what they say is either generally true or just an opinion that cannot be like an opinion where you can't actually like say this is true, this is false. It's just personal opinions, personal perspectives, and attitudes. You won't ruin your country. I mean, he's MP, so like, or he's not MP, but he's premier of Ontario. So like he's Ontario only. He won't ruin the whole country, but he's doing his damnedest to ruin Ontario. And while Trudeau hasn't exactly been great, the Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is horrible. And so if he gets in, then that's going to be a lot of harm done to Canada as well. Subjective. Exactly, scapegoat. Like, most politicians tell a few lies, and then most of what they say is either true or subjective. It's rare for a politician. It is genuinely rare for a politician to lie as a matter of routine. Who's that from? Prime Minister before Trudeau was Stephen Harper, who sucked. He was conservative and he sucked. Trump is full of psycho off the rails. Yeah, I mean he's a narcissist. He's a compulsive liar. He's an idiot. He's an asshole. Yeah, I mean Trump is just fucking awful. And like when people Trump lies a lot. And anytime somebody says Trump is a liar, a popular refrain is, well, all politicians lie, but not the way that he does. He lies as a matter of routine. He lies about shit that it's not even worth lying about. He lies about shit that it doesn't even make sense to lie about. Like, that's the issue with Trump. He'll lie about something that's like, why are you lying about this? It's a stupid lie. Why bother lying about this one? He lies to an extent that no other politician does. He lies to such a massive extent beyond other politicians. All politicians lie, sure, but they're not compulsive liars. They don't lie about the fucking weather. So yeah, it's just like there are degrees of it, and Trump is just an extreme liar. Makes up stories that don't make sense. Yep. Jokes I'm not tricky. Yep. Okay, like the two biggest lies that will always stick with me from Trump. Can never live up north or in Canada gets too damn cold. Yeah. Never make it out west because once you get past Texas, weird people get. I mean, yes, but I mean also like BC doesn't get too cold, but it's fucking expensive. Yeah. The two weirdest lies for Trump. When he declared that he had like the biggest inauguration crowd ever, which was not true. And then like the first week of his time in office was spent addressing the fact that he was lying about having the biggest inauguration crowd. Was Obama? Yes, Obama's crowd was bigger. And it's not that Trump's crowd was small. Like, it's not even that his crowd was small. I mean, there was absolutely nothing, it was a big crowd that he did get. Big enough they could be like, that he could still boast about having a huge crowd at his inauguration. Sure. But no, it had to be the biggest inauguration crowd ever, which was just false. And then several days that were just focused on the fact that Trump lied about that he entered the presidency with a bald-faced lie. like with a blatant, objective lie. 6'3", 250 pounds. Yeah, I would. Yeah, he's not 215 pounds. Well, not Beyonce. Who did Trump have? I don't remember. I know there was some. I believe there was some choir that he didn't pay. But like I don't remember who else he had there. But the other thing that always stuck with me with Trump, that hurricane, was it Katrina? No, it wasn't Katrina. That was under Bush. Hurricane. I don't remember what hurricane it was. But hey, Trash Bandy. Irma, Maria. I don't know, maybe. But like he had sent out some tweet telling people in this set of states to be prepared for the hurricane. One of the states that he included, at the time that he had sent the tweet, that state was no longer considered at risk of being affected by the hurricane. Florida or Texas. Well, I mean, it's the entire Gulf. So I mean, like it was like just that entire region. But yeah, he sent a tweet saying like people in all of these states, be ready for, prepare for to be hit by the hurricane. By the time he sent the tweet, one of the states had already been removed from the. It was Dorian. Is Dorian okay? Yeah, it was no longer. Alabama, I guess. It was no longer at risk of being hit by the hurricane, and the National Weather Service, who is nonpartisan, the National Weather Service, their job is just to report on the weather. They sent out a tweet just correcting it. They just sent out a tweet saying, correction, this state is no longer at risk of being hit by the hurricane. And that was that. Under any rational, if there's anyone, like under any rational leader, that would have been that. But Trump's not rational. Trump's a narcissist and a liar. So he started lying about, oh, well, it was at risk. It was supposed to be. Oh, here's the map that here's the map that shows that it was at risk. And it's like, that's a Sharpie. You just drew a Sharpie on that map. Voting for Kelly Clarkson. Like it was the dumbest fucking thing. There was no point to it. That's the thing. That is the absolutely perfect example of who Trump is. It was something that there is absolutely no reason at all for him to lie about. But he couldn't help himself. It was the dumbest fucking thing he could have done. Because he is ultimately a vain, petty man who cannot stand to be corrected. Weirdly thanking his friend, the late great Hannibal Lecter. Because like he can't stand to be corrected on anything. He has to be correct. Like, he has to be right all the time. Anything he says is automatically right just because he's the one who said it. Hannibal Lecter, fictional character, not dead. I mean, if it was just a weird joke, that'd be one thing. But yeah, like it's. but like it's the kind of joke that sort of needs some sort of explanation. Because yeah, he's the type of person who's incapable of admitting his mistakes. He can't admit whenever he's made a mistake. No punchline and he's done the line twice. Yeah, it's a weird. Yeah, that's a weird thing. So like the idea of oh, all politicians lie, not the way Trump does, and he lies that way because he is weak. Why does so many like him? He's rich from being these people. Honestly, they like him because he's a celebrity with the R next to his name. They liked him in Home Alone 3. Wasn't it 2? I thought it was Home Alone 2 that he was in. Was he in 3 as well? I don't know. Honestly, a lot of them like him because he's a liar. There is a significant portion of conservatives whose entire political uh, perspective is based on pissing off the left. You know, all those libtards hate Trump, so he must be great. He says shit that's offensive and stupid and false, so he's just telling it like it is, saying what we're all thinking. Story about a boat that sinks under its own weight. You stay in the water with a battery or jump towards the hammerhead sharks. I mean, if you don't have any sort of flotation device, realistically, you probably are actually. Said the boat guy said nobody asked that question before. Realistically, there's a pretty good chance you're probably not in too much danger from the sharks. It is actually pretty rare for sharks to attack people. He was trying to make electric boats illegal. I mean, I suppose, like, I would assume that. I say that. I say that I would assume that electric boat manufacturers have taken into consideration the possibility of the boat sinking, but I suppose it depends on who's making them. How much are they trying to cut costs? It's like, how much are they trying to cut costs? Because if they're trying to cut costs a lot, then an electric boat might actually be dangerous in the water if it sinks. Regardless, I can believe the boat dude who said that nobody asked that question before. It's like, it's like No one's ever asked that before because it's not a particularly smart question. Do you like interacting with sea life at all? Not particularly, no. All the science questions ever. That is a big part of conservatism as well, is the idea that experts don't know jack shit. That scientists don't know science. That you need some common sense fella. You need some fella some common sense to ask the questions these brainiacs never think of. There's just such a disdain for science from conservatives, from the right. Just an absolute disdain for expertise. You see it a lot with when it comes to climate change. Like one of those, people say the planet's getting hotter. It's like, oh, well, the sun's getting hotter, dumbass. It's like, yeah, wow, amazing that amazing that the people who study this never thought to check if it's the sun. Well, they put all these heat sensors in the cities, so cities get hotter because cities absorb the heat. So of course that's gonna. Wow, crazy how the people who study climate, people who dedicate their lives to this, wild to think that none of them, absolutely no one would, none of them ever considered the possibility of uh, urban heat absorption, and that they none of them ever thought of having heat sensors in different locations. Just crazy that that they never thought of. Oh, actually, wait, they did. They've got heat sensors all over the planet. They take readings from all around the world, including some very isolated rural locations that aren't affected by urban heat absorption and shit. Like, these people always have like this. Well, you can't trust the readings because of this. You can't trust the readings because of that. And it's like, yeah, that's shit that gets considered, that is taken into account. Turns out scientists actually tried to control for variables. That's a key part of science, is controlling for variables. So they spend a lot of time thinking about variables and how to control them. But there's the idea that experts don't know anything. Design of the cucumber boat is so flawed. The cucumber boat? Yeah, I'm not familiar with the cucumber boat. I'm going to look up cucumber boat. This better not be anything dirty. Yeah, it's just a food thing. Hashtag scapegoat curse. So it's a food thing. It's like cream cheese and bacon and cucumber. She doesn't understand water displacement. She can't even carve out seats. Would capsize immediately. I mean, it's not really meant to go in water, though. It's meant to go in your mouth. Just like my dick! I'm sorry. And on that note, good time to end the episode. Always nice to end it on a dick joke. Blue pill or red pill? Well, I mean, estrogen is mostly injections now, I think. Don't end on cringe, end on a thought. So anyway, thanks for watching. And good night, everybody. See you all on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday. So see you on Wednesday. Good night for now.